This is WVBN from Great Britain. Britain opted to leave the preliminary investigation of the beached Morgana submarine in Turkey to the Axis, presumably to allow them to fall victim to any leftover traps within the vessel. Team T's handler expressed a desire to continue deployment to high-sensitivity areas around the globe. After mediation by Mussolini, all British and Turkish vessels were released from the others' holding and restored normal diplomatic agreements between the two. Britain regained her cargo ships and access to the Bosphorus, while Turkey received their own ships back in return. Neither was satisfied, but neither lost anything in the end. HMS Renown was reportedly quite unhappy with Hood, in an exclusive letter obtained by WVBN. She relayed the situation to HMS Warspite, including how Hood demanded an envoy only to personally negotiate herself. It seems that upon her request to the Tribal-class destroyers under her command to fire a warning shot at the Germans, none were sure whether to comply, until Hood herself personally pressured Zulu into following orders as a, quote, proper British vessel would. In response, Icelandic authorities demanded Hood and her ships leave the harbor and have barred all British ships until further notice, as well as declaring military neutrality and a declaration of friendship with Germany. If nothing else, the scene reportedly scared off some nearby Morgana. Renown also sent a letter concerning the Belle of Royal Oak. In it, she expressed insight into her thoughts on the Belle's condition, concerningly that her mental state would seem to be much worse than anyone suspected. Renown attempted to coax her into speaking but did not find success. Only a glimpse of a woman was spotted as Renown returned to her duties. During the battle off Heligoland, HMS Seahorse sank a German merchant ship, but was unable to protect her tender Alesto from sinking. Sterlet was able to sink a Danish freighter, but Sturgeon was reported missing in action. Tarpon experienced mechanical failures and was forced to return home, while Oxley and Sunfish were lost to enemy action. Survivors from the latter were later picked up by British patrols, as were a number of German POWs. The Morgana mist plaguing the Hudson Bay, Australian coast, and Arafura Sea has begun to dissipate, allowing some degree of travel. More research is needed to determine the cause and countermeasures. British intelligence promised to reform their operations and training after failures in the Balkans on the Danube River. A captured German cargo ship was dubbed Empire Ability, as she began service under British command. Her captain is monitoring her for awakening and any possible complications from her mixed service history. Finally, Winston Churchill announced to the House of Commons that the Faroe Islands were being occupied by Britain until Denmark was freed from their German puppet masters. This has been WVBN from Great Britain.